In the heart of the Caribbean, where the deep blue of the Atlantic meets the brilliant turquoise of the sea, lies an island of volcanic origins and vibrant life. It is a landscape of steep green hills that tumble down to white sand coves, a place where the air is warm and life moves to the gentle, ever-present rhythm of the trade winds. This is St. Thomas, a cornerstone of the United States Virgin Islands. From the vantage point of a frigate bird soaring high above, the island reveals its dual nature. The world-famous harbour of Charlotte Amalie bustles with the majestic arrival of cruise ships, their decks glittering in the tropical sun. Yet tucked away in the valleys and along the coastlines are the quiet, colourful neighbourhoods where the real life of the island unfolds. This is a land of profound natural beauty, but it is also a place of deep history and a complex, resilient culture. It is a story not of a temporary escape, but of a permanent home woven from the threads of Caribbean heritage and American influence. This is the story of life in St. Thomas. The day in St. Thomas begins with the light. It spills over the Emerald Hills and awakens the island with a soft tropical glow. In the capital of Charlotte Amalie, the morning starts with a gentle hum of activity. Shopkeepers on Main Street roll up their metal shutters. The aroma of fresh bread and strong coffee drifts from local bakeries, and the first safari taxis begin their routes. These open-air trucks are more than just transport. They are mobile social hubs where news is exchanged and the day's first greetings are shared over the rumble of the engine. The harbour, the lifeblood of the city, slowly comes to life as ferries prepare for their inter-island journeys and fishing boats return with the late morning's catch. But away from the busy downtown, in the residential neighbourhoods that cling to the hillsides, a more intimate rhythm prevails. Life here is lived in close proximity, where neighbours are an extension of family. The morning routine is a familiar one, angi, a shared cup of coffee on the porch, a friendly greeting to a neighbour over a fence lush with hibiscus, a quick trip to a corner store for the day's essentials. Anonymity is a foreign concept. In these close-knit communities, everyone knows everyone, and the well-being of one is the concern of all. There is a powerful social fabric woven from shared history, mutual support, and a genuine warmth that is extended freely. The family is the undisputed centre of the St. Thomas universe. It is a multi-generational unit, a source of immense strength, identity, and support. It is common for grandparents, parents, and children to live in the same house or on the same street, creating a powerful and resilient support network. Sunday is family day, a cherished time for gathering, often at the home of a grandparent or at a favourite beach. The scene is a vivid one. The scent of barbecue fills the air. Uncles are locked in a passionate game of dominoes, their tiles slapping rhythmically on the table, and children play freely under the watchful eyes of the entire family. This weekly ritual is a loud, joyful, and life-affirming tradition that reinforces the bonds that hold the society together. This deep-seated importance of community fosters a culture of interdependence. When a family faces a challenge, whether it's damage from a storm or a personal hardship, the community instinctively rallies around them. This spirit of mutual help is not just an ideal, it is a practical daily reality. It is the neighbour who shares a surplus of mangoes from their garden, the group of friends who come together to help with a car repair, or the entire community that collaborates to organise a fundraiser. Life is lived at a human scale, where taking a moment for connection is prioritised over the rigid demands of the clock. To understand St. Thomas is to understand its culture, a rich and vibrant fusion of African, European, and Caribbean roots, all existing within the framework of American governance. This heritage is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing force that permeates every aspect of daily life. The island's history is complex, marked by its past as a Danish colony. This legacy is visible in the colonial architecture of Charlotte Amalie, with its distinctive red-hung roofs and historic stone warehouses, and in the street names like Droningen's Guard, which still echo the island's Danish tongue. But the soul of the island's culture comes from its West African heritage brought by the enslaved people who were forced to work the sugar plantations. Their resilience, traditions, and spirit have profoundly shaped the food, language, and social fabric of St. Thomas. This is most vibrantly expressed during Carnival, the island's premier cultural event. More than just a party, it is a profound expression of freedom and resilience, a time to honor ancestors and celebrate survival. The streets fill with the sounds of steel pan bands, the infectious rhythms of soca and calypso, and the sight of elaborate feathered costumes. It is a powerful display of collective identity, a time to pass traditions down to the next generation. The term Sikh pride is used with deep affection and sincerity. It signifies a connection to a heritage that is unique in the Caribbean. This identity is also shaped by the island's status as a territory of the whole United States. Virgin Islanders are US citizens, a reality that creates a unique cultural landscape. American influences are woven into the fabric of a deeply Caribbean society. People use the US dollar, follow American politics, and celebrate federal holidays, but their primary cultural clock is set to a Caribbean rhythm. This duality shapes conversations, aspirations, and the very sense of self, creating a people who are fiercely proud of their Virgin Islands heritage while navigating their place within a larger nation. The economy of St. Thomas is overwhelmingly driven by tourism. The island is one of the busiest cruise ship ports in the Caribbean, and the arrival of these massive vessels shapes the rhythm of the workday for a significant portion of the population. When a ship is in port, the streets of Charlotte, Amali, transform into a bustling marketplace. Taxis line the waterfront. Jewelry and souvenir shops are filled with visitors, and tour operators are busy guiding excursions to popular spots like Megan's Bay or the viewpoint at Mountaintop. The hospitality industry is the largest employer, with jobs in hotels, resorts, restaurants, and bars providing the most opportunities. For many, work is found in the retail sector, particularly in the duty-free shops that cater to tourists. This dependence on tourism creates an economy that is both vibrant and vulnerable. The high season from December to April is a period of intense activity and economic opportunity. However, the off-season, particularly during the peak of hurricane season in the late summer and fall, can be a time of financial uncertainty. Beyond the Barnes main tourist hubs, the economy is more diverse. Fishing has long been a way of life, especially in the historic community of Frenchtown, where generations of families have made their living from the sea. Their small boats known as progues return each day with fresh fish and lobster that supply local restaurants and markets. Small, the locally owned businesses are the lifeblood of the island's neighbourhoods. The corner stores, mechanic shops, and bakeries that serve the needs of the resident community. The public sector is also a major employer, with jobs in government, education, and healthcare, providing stable employment and forming a critical part of the island's professional class. Life in paradise comes with a price. The cost of living in St. Thomas is significantly higher than on the US mainland, a reality that shapes the daily lives of its residents. This paradise tax is a consequence of the island's remote location and its reliance on imported goods. Nearly everything from fresh produce and dairy products to cars and building materials must be shipped in, adding significant costs that are passed on to the consumer. A trip to the grocery store can be a sobering experience. The price of everyday items like milk, eggs, and cereal can be double what one would pay in the States. This reality encourages a culture of resourcefulness. Residents learn to be savvy shoppers, seeking out local farmers' markets for fresh produce and adjusting their diets to what is available and affordable. Many cultivate their own backyard gardens, growing staples like peppers, herbs, and bananas to supplement their groceries. Housing is the single largest expense for most families. The demand for limited space, driven by both residents and seasonal visitors, keeps rental and purchase prices high. Finding an affordable and suitable place to live is one of the biggest challenges for many on the island. The cost of utilities is also a significant factor. Electricity rates are are among the highest in the United States, a result of the island's reliance on imported fuel for power generation. This makes air conditioning a luxury for many, with most homes designed to take advantage of the natural trade winds for cooling. In St. Thomas, food is a centerpiece of culture and family life. The cuisine is a flavorful and honest reflection of the island's history, a delicious blend of Caribbean, African, and European influences. It is built on a foundation of fresh, locally sourced ingredients and bold, comforting flavors. Seafood is naturally a staple. A freshly caught piece of mahi-mahi, snapper, or tuna, simply grilled or pan-fried, is a cherished meal. Conch, a type of sea snail, is a local delicacy often served fried in fritters or in a refreshing citrusy salad. The waters surrounding the island provide a bounty that is central to the local diet.